What's up, guys? This is Optic Rambo, and today I'm coming to you with my first class setup video for League Play. League Play is a new feature in-game, pretty much GB system. Pretty much allows you to play versus other teams and other players for rank. So mainly we're gonna get right into it. The class setup I'm showing today is for objective players, as I'm an objective player. So I'm gonna be talking about a lot of the objective role on my channel. So if you are an objective player, I strongly suggest that you listen carefully and try and follow some of these steps that might help you get your game to the next level. So as we start off, my first class setup that I'm going to be using, this is mainly for hardpoint and domination. For the simple fact that in hardpoint and domination, for most part, your speed is not that effective. Like being faster with, like, let's say lightweight and extreme conditioning, like you would be in CTF, isn't going to be as effective. So mainly, as you can see, I'm using the MSMC, obviously with the gold camo, because that's just how boss I am. But mainly, I have the long barrel and the extended mags. For the simple fact that long barrel allows me to shoot people more at range, and the MSMC, the weapon itself doesn't have a high fire rate. So most of the kills that you're going to be getting with this weapon is mostly a short to mid-range type play gunfight. So the MSMC is one of the weapons that if you are super, super fast and reactive with, you're going to have a really, really fun time using this gun. For those who are a bit slower, it might not be the best fit for you because this weapon doesn't have that high of a fire rate. So if you are a bit slower on the trigger than your opponent, the slow fire rate might cost you the gunfight. So for that being, I'll be making more videos, obviously, with different classes. But for the time being, we're talking about the MSMC. As you can see, I'm using the perk 1 slot greed, a wild card, which allows me to put 2 perks in my perk tier 1 slot. I'm using Ghost and Flat Jacket. For the simple reason, Flat Jacket, rockets, grenades, C4, and all that nonsense stuff that we're not really used to. Flat Jacket pretty much counters it. So actually, I started using this right after we were playing League Play a few days, actually, before the release of the game. I was playing League Play, and we caught Young Guns team, and they were using rockets on cargo domination, and none of us had Flat Jacket on. And every time we got on the B, which was really open, every time someone was shooting a rocket at us. So pretty much a flag jacket eliminates the chance of getting really destroyed by explosives when you hop on a flag or a hard point, which is why I'm using flag jacket. And Ghost, for obvious reasons, UAVs and score streaks are implemented into League Play at the time being. I don't see this changing anytime soon, so everyone might as well get used to it. So Ghost is definitely a perk that you will be needing in competitive play if you do not want to be seen by UAVs and such. I think interesting thing to note. I think it's really important to have different classes for different game types. One of the things we've been pushing for is having more than 5. Right now, we only have 5 custom classes, but I really feel like we need 10 because you need at least 2 or 3 classes per game type. And as of right now, we have Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Capture the Flag in the League Play. So, and it doesn't give you time to make a class when you get into League Play. Pretty much, the way League Play works is you get into League Play with your team or by yourself, and as soon as everyone's in the lobby and it finds all 8 players, obviously, it loads the game type, and then you have 5 seconds and the game starts. So you don't really have time to make a class and such. For the time being, we have to deal with what we have. So this class setup right here is a really good hardpoint and domination setup. One thing to note, I do not have a secondary. I still have my knife as a secondary. It's really important to understand that you do run faster with your knife and your secondary. Especially for breakoffs or when you're running an objective like a flag and capture flag, or you're trying to get to a dom point at the start of a round. Always be really aggressive with your secondary at the start, so you get that little speed boost that allows you to move faster along the map. Also to note, one thing I'm not entirely sure yet is toughness. I'm still debating on some classes if I want to use toughness or not. Mainly what I would do is I would trade toughness for a second concussion grenade. I'm not entirely sure yet because toughness is a really valuable perk. For those who aren't sure yet, toughness is the equivalency of focus in Modern Warfare 3. So it's really important to understand that whatever you're going to be using, you have to be using it. So if you're in a game and you always see yourself, you can watch your own gameplay after it. I think this is probably the easiest way to see this. This works for any classes and anything in your game. Mainly, if you watch your gameplay in your theater mode and you're looking at your gameplay and you see, oh shit, I always have my stuns available. Why? That means you're not using your stuns. Then that means you need to be using something else in stuns. So at this point, let's say I don't really feel like I'm using my stuns that much, I can use toughness, and I can even go out of my way and say if I'm not using my stuns at all, I can use a secondary instead of using stuns, or I can even delete both of them and use let's say a third attachments on my gun, or I can use the perk 3 greed slot, use extreme conditioning to get around faster. There's so many different things you can do with the pick 10 class system that's gonna make this game really really fun and really interesting on a meta base a meta game basis. So obviously I'm using dead silence to not get sound horde. I'm using toughness the moment to get into gunfights that I can win, so my gun doesn't jump up when I shoot. And last but not least, the grenade. This is really interesting. I'm still debating if I should use a frag grenade or a bouncing Betty C4 type thing. I think the really interesting factor right now is the fact that not everyone is used to these score streaks and new things. So not necessarily everyone is going to have this class setup with flat jacket and ghost on. So let's say like we were playing. I was playing with Diesel, Merc, and Scumpy yesterday, and I'm probably going to show you a little bit of part of the gameplay we were playing. But mainly we played all replacement matches, and pretty much nobody had ghost on. So when we were getting UAVs, UAVs are really important. If you do not counter a UAV, they're going to get more score streaks. As simple as that. They know where you're on the map, and they're getting points. The person who calls a UAV is getting points every time one of his teammates kills you while he's on the map. While if you have ghosts, he's not getting points, and you're not really seeing them, so you're not being seen on the map, so you can get away with it. But this class setup is probably the most basic class setup for domination and hardpoint. Obviously, I'll be coming out with more videos showing you different class setups and different positions to play on the maps and all that great stuff that makes me the player I am today. I'm going to share my knowledge with you guys really in depth into this game, and I really hope you guys enjoy my videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.